There is graphic art that features two houses, one of which is engulfed in flames. Under the caption, "All Houses Matter," firefighters are depicted spraying water on the next door house that's not on fire. Their misdirected efforts clearly don't prioritize the most urgent problem. In the same way, saying "all lives matter" is a misdirection from the burning issues that disproportionately disadvantage Black lives in the United States. Those burning issues can be thought of altogether as systemic racism. Now, let's be clear that white lives matter. That has never been, nor is it now, in question. That white lives matter is a given in a land where the whole societal structure, the entire apparatus of government, are set up to be of the white people, by the white people, and for the white people, as Lincoln might more accurately have said at Gettysburg. The problem is that Black lives have from the start never really mattered much at all to the white people responsible for developing, implementing, and overseeing this country's critical systems, structures, and institutions. And the resulting inequities and inequalities have festered and grown more malignant over time. The work of anti-racism rests firmly on the realization that systemic racism not only exists, but that it is pervasive and persistent, that it makes a significant difference in people's lives, in truly all people's lives. Doing the work of anti-racism requires recognizing the vast disparities between the experience of Black people and the experiences of white people in terms of every major aspect of life, beginning with housing and including, for example, education, employment, income and poverty, wealth accumulation, healthcare, nutrition and well-being, transportation, environmental issues, voting and political representation, law enforcement, and the so-called criminal justice system. Those key life domains are dynamically interconnected, so what happens with each one affects all the others, resulting in disparity that is exponential. There is much at stake if we acknowledge the reality of racialized systemic injustice. If we, 1, appreciate that all lives matter, 2, accept that Black lives have not, 3, affirm that Black lives should, and 4, recognize the role of society and government in creating and perpetuating disparities, we might well feel compelled to collect our courage, confront injustice, take on the powers that be, and ultimately change the world. Instead of being content with and complicit in ongoing racial inequity, we might feel obligated to shift the dynamics of power and privilege by disrupting the way things have always been. But it is tempting to preserve the comfortable familiarity of what already is, rather than plunge into the nebulous newness of what might be instead. After all, why risk messing with a good thing? Or at least a good enough thing? Or at least a good enough thing for white people with the prerogative to actually choose one way over another. Systemic racism diminishes us all. We can do better than that. Let us seize the moment and make it so. In this and every election on every level of government, learn the issues, know the candidates and their positions, and vote like your life depends on it, because it does.